Got very heated last time with some of the Tea Party representatives there, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll get you up to speed on that as soon as it gets underway. And how about this stunning new claim that Obamacare will hurt the economy? It got a lot of attention, and rightfully so. It came from the Congressional Budget Office director, who told a House hearing that millions of people could leave the workforce, essentially. And here he is explaining why and how he thinks that is likely to happen.
The act creates a disincentive for people to work relative to what would have been the case in the absence of that act. Now, these subsidies, of course, make those lower income people better off. This is an implicit tax, not the sort of tax we normally think about, where if the government raises our taxes, we are worse off and face a disincentive to work more. Yeah. By providing a subsidy, these people are better off, but they do have less of an incentive to work.
Better off and less of an incentive to work. Tennessee Republican Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn is on that budget committee, and she joins us now. Congresswoman, what's your reaction to that statement?
Well, unfortunately, what he is saying is right. And the more government interferes, the more you put that incentive in there, the less people will likely work. The other problem is moving the hourly work week from 40 hours down to 30 hours and destroying what has been the 40-hour work week in this country. People want a job. They want to earn an income. They want to focus on earning as much as they possibly can. And now, with Obamacare, even the CBO is saying our best case scenario and what we think is going to happen is this will be the equivalent of 2 million more jobs, 2.3 million more jobs lost, fewer people working, fewer people having a full-time equivalent job. I think it is devastating to the labor force participation rate and devastating to the economy.
Yeah. You know, but the White House is still arguing pretty much the opposite. They say actually 250,000 to 400,000 jobs will be added as a result of health care. You know, I guess we're going to see what comes out in the wash.
Well, yes, and bear in mind, CBO comes before us at the Budget Committee regularly to give updates. Their initial update of jobs lost due to the Obamacare legislation implementation and bill was 800,000 jobs. It was going to cost the economy 800,000 jobs. That's right. Their revised number is this 2.3 million. So what we know is that is kind of the floor. There is no telling what it is actually going to end up costing the economy and what impact it's going to have on the labor force participation rate, which now is the lowest it has been since March of 1978. Right.
Let me ask you this, because the argument on the other side is that, you know, for some of the elderly who are sort of forced to work full-time jobs so that they can keep their health care insurance, for them, it will give them an option to work less in their golden years and still be able to keep their health insurance, which I think a lot of people would agree it would be a nice thing for them. The other folks that they say will benefit from this are those who have been wanting to sort of, you know, make a career change. They want to be the examples that Nancy Pelosi gave us, where a photographer or a writer, you know, exercise their creativity a little bit. They could do that and not lose their health insurance.
Well, a couple of points there. Number one, if you want individuals to own their health insurance policies, the way to do that is to open up access to the health insurance market and do a cross-state line purchase of health insurance, allow portability so that people can take their policies with them wherever they want to go, and get rid of all the government mandates. Now, that's the free market solution. I've had that legislation for 6 years. I hope we're going to pass it soon. Secondly, what this does is to put the government in control of health care. Now, for individuals 65 and above, they are enrolled in Medicare. And what we hear many times is because of the additional cost with Medicare, things that maybe are not covered through the Medicare program or things that are not easily accessible. That is why you will see individuals continue to work. You also have the dual eligibles, the Medicare, Medicaid dual eligibles. But Martha, this does not solve their problem. It makes it worse.
All right.
is focused on the wrong end of the issue. This is government control. We're saying let's free it up, get people back to work, let them on their own health insurance.
We'll see. That idea has been around a long time on the GOP side. We'll see if you guys can get somebody to listen to you on it. Thank you very much, Congresswoman.
Thank you.
Always good to see you.
Good to see you.